Ultraman Agul. Ultraman Agul is a classic kaiju-smashing cosmic water boy. He's an Ultra Warrior born from the very will of the sea rather than coming from some distant planet like the old-school Ultras. Basically, the ocean saying, "I got this," in giant blue form. Before his big splash, he was Hiroya Fujimiya, a brilliant young scientist and former Alchemy Stars member who built the Crisis supercomputer to predict global catastrophes, only for Crisis's first forecast to reveal total destruction of the Earth and one cryptic answer, Agul. Fujimiya's brain literally screams in pain during that first vision, where he sees a blue and silver giant, spoiler, that's Agul, looming over a destroyed world and discovers that humanity itself might be the cause. Obsessed and a bit dramatic, he builds a giant underwater tank to contact what he believes is Earth's will, and after glowing light gushes into him like a sentient power wash, he gains the ability to become Ultraman Agul via his self-made transformation device called the Agulator. Unlike some Ultras who are all sunshine and smiles, Agul's first instinct isn't necessarily to protect humans being kinda problematic, which makes him the MVP of anti-heroes before eventually teaming up with Ultraman Gaia to defend Earth, humans included.
Ultraman Neos.
Ultraman Neos is a heroic Ultra from the Land of Light in Nebula M78 and part of the elite intergalactic defense force sent to Earth to protect humanity from strange phenomena and monsters caused by the solar system crossing the mysterious unbalanced zone, where dark matter causes chaos every 3 million years or so. And yes, that sounds like a cosmic oops. He isn't some random dude who woke up with powers. He officially bonded with a plucky Earthling named Genki Kagura of the defense team Heart, after Genki survived a satellite explosion caused by meteors and was left drifting in space. Neos linked his life force with him so they could fight together. This means Genki becomes Neos's human host, kind of like a very tall, very shiny superhero roommate who only shows up when things go boom. Neos looks a lot like the original Ultraman because his design was meant to feel familiar and new at the same time, and even has a fancy blow spot crystal on his forehead to fire energy, because why not have stylish energy tech when you're jetting across galaxies? Though he's nearly 9,000 years old and has fought in many battles across the cosmos, he chooses to help Earth with his partner Ultraseven 21, blasting monsters and sometimes getting mistaken for the bad guy at first. Awkward. Basically, he's the space guardian who shows up, shines bright, and makes sure big ugly monsters don't crash the party.
Ultraseven 21. Ultraseven 21 is an Ultra Warrior from the Land of Light in Nebula M78 who shows up in the Ultraman Neos direct-to-DVD series as the partner and backup to Ultraman Neos sent to protect Earth from giant monsters and evil invaders. He's a member of the Galactic Security Agency, part of the Intergalactic Defense Force, tasked with surveillance and investigation, and he came to Earth specifically to help Neos keep humanity safe from threats like alien Zamu and dark matter beasts. Think of him as the extra special secret agent Ultra on standby duty. Ultraseven 21 isn't just a random title either. He's named 21 because he was the 21st Ultra Warrior to come to Earth, fitting the Neos series' 21st century theme and being literally 7 times 3 equals 21, which is a wink to the original Ultraseven's legacy. Unlike many Ultras who bond with a single human, he has no fixed human host and can take on any human form he wishes during missions, shifting into his giant Ultra identity when the situation calls for it, with a glow of light and dramatic entrance. Imagine a superhero who hates paperwork so much he skips the secret identity thing entirely. He first appears aiding Neos in battle, later shows up to revive or assist him when he's hurt, and then sticks around for team-ups and galactic battles before heading back to Nebula M78 for orders, all while staying alive and ready for more cosmic shenanigans. Ultraman Cosmos. Ultraman Cosmos is a giant silver and blue cosmic superhero from the Ultraman universe known for actually caring about monsters almost as much as your weird neighbor cares about his bonsai, and he's famous for trying to calm monsters before punching them into next week. Yeah, he's that chill for a 47-meter alien dude. His origin isn't some weird lab accident or magic space toast. It's rooted in his long friendship with a human named Musashi Haruno, a kid who dreamed of space after losing his astronaut dad and accidentally revived an exhausted Cosmos one night by reflecting sunlight onto him, like a cosmic flashlight being just that helpful. Cosmos gave young Musashi a shiny blue Cosmos stone that lets him summon or even merge with Cosmos later in life. Think of it as an interstellar calling card crossed with a really flashy mood ring. As Musashi grew up and grew into his role as a Team Eyes member, he learned to use the Cosmopluck to actually become Ultraman Cosmos, blending human heart with ultra power to face chaos organisms and other big baddies, often trying to calm them rather than wipe them out like yesterday's trash. Cosmos didn't just pop into existence with no backstory. He's tied to Musashi's kindness, a spiritual, pacifist robot giant friend you get to pilot by yelling his name and waving a glowing trinket in the air. Superhero logistics, am I right?
Ultraman Justice. Ultraman Justice is a legendary Ultra who first appears in Ultraman Cosmos 2, The Blue Planet, as a mysterious Ultraman with a somewhat dramatic entrance and an identity twist. Because in his human form, he goes by the name Julie, an alien girl he uses as a host while on Earth. No one said Cosmic Justice doesn't have a flair for theatrics. Justice arrived at the tail end of the Scorpus invasion and helped Ultraman Cosmos by knocking aside the villainous Sandros and even sharing some of his energy so they could take the monster down with a combo of Cosmium and Victorium beams, saving the planet together before briefly returning to the stars. Later, in Ultraman Cosmos vs. Ultraman Justice The Final Battle, he shows up under the guise of help, but initially sides with the Gloker forces bent on destroying life, before a touching moment with a little girl, and her dog, reminds him why heroes exist, and he switches back to being heroic, unleashing his Dagrium beam and teaming up with Cosmos again. His origin isn't one of born on a specific planet so much as mysteriously ultra, very old, around 17,000 years, and committed to justice, with his choice of a female host symbolizing that his concept of justice transcends gender, because cosmic beings totally have deep philosophical takes on pronouns.
Ultraman the Next. Ultraman the Next is a giant cosmic hero from the Ultraman universe who's basically Ultraman Noa in an early I need coffee form that lost a bunch of his powers while chasing the monster Beast the One into Earth's atmosphere, so the military just called him the Next like it was the next model of a smartphone and stuck him with that name. His human partner is Shunichi Maki, a tough but sweet Japan Air Self-Defense Force F-15 fighter pilot who dreamed of flying since he was a kid and quit the force to spend time with his ailing son before getting pulled back into action thanks to some very unusual glowing red light. In a twist that sounds like the universe's weirdest buddy cop origin, the Next literally merged with Maki after arriving on Earth, slowly growing inside him until one day, Maki, stuck in a cell, exploded out with a burst of light and transformed into the giant silver and red hero. Maki didn't use any flashy gadget to transform, just pure willpower, which is far less convenient than an app but infinitely more heroic. Once transformed, Ultraman the Next battled Beast the One and saved the day, evolving later into stronger forms and eventually becoming Ultraman Nexus, and then the legendary Ultraman Noa, essentially growing up like a cosmic caterpillar before becoming a butterfly with serious beam attacks.
Ultraman Nexus. Ultraman Nexus is actually the second devolved form of a much older and more powerful Ultra Warrior called Ultraman Noa, who's roughly 350,000 years old and basically the anime equivalent of that mysterious ancient professor who's seen everything but still shows up with a quirky smile. Noa once chased his evil twin, Dark Zagi, and beat him, but lost his true form in the process, later popping up on Earth first as Ultraman the Next before evolving into Nexus. This evolution isn't just a cool power-up transformation, but part of how he adapts to Earth and builds bonds with humans called Dunamists, who are chosen by his light and literally become Nexus when they transform, so injuries and all get shared between human and Ultra, like some weird cosmic duo. The reason he's called Nexus is because his name reflects the bonds he forms with hosts, and probably all the emotional baggage that comes with it. And over the course of his series, he hangs out with a bunch of Night Raider hosts like Jun Himea and Kazuki Komon, evolving into stronger forms like Junice and Junice Blue as they fight space beasts together. Eventually, when enough emotional growth and epic battles have happened, Nexus can return to his ultimate form as Ultraman Noa to put the final hurt on Dark Zagi. It's basically a story about teamwork, self-forgiveness, and the light of friendship. plus giant monsters, 'cause of course.
Ultraman Noa. Ultraman Noa is a legendary figure in the Ultra series, renowned for his immense power and pivotal role in the multiverse. Originating from the world of N, he is over 350,000 years old, making him the oldest known Ultraman. His journey began as a being of light who combated the space beasts threatening Nebula M80. After a prolonged battle, he entered a deep slumber, during which an alien race attempted to replicate him, resulting in the creation of Dark Zagi. Zagi turned malevolent, leading Noa to pursue and ultimately defeat him, though at the cost of his own power, causing him to devolve into Ultraman the Next. On Earth, he bonded with various hosts, known as Dunamists, including Shunichi Maki and later Kazuki Koman. Through these bonds, he evolved into Ultraman Nexus and eventually regained his true form as Ultraman Noa to vanquish Dark Zagi permanently. He possesses immense physical strength, capable of delivering powerful punches and kicks, such as the Noa kick, which uses supergravity to enhance its impact. His arsenal includes energy-based attacks like the Noa Thunderbolt and Shining Noa, as well as defensive abilities like the Noa Reflection Barrier. He can manipulate meteorites with Noa Galaxy and create illusions using Noa Mirage. These powers, combined with his experience and wisdom, solidify his status as one of the most formidable beings in the Ultra series. Ultraman Noa isn't just strong in the physical sense, he's narratively and metaphysically built to represent the ideal of hope, light, and potential taken to the extreme.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching until the end. I'll be back with more videos, so make sure to like and subscribe.